then we'll begin. New game. Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. I've never played the Director's Cut before, so that's going to be interesting. I've played a lot of the original game on the PS1, but never the Director's Cut. I believe it's got some new bits in we can look at, so that's going to be exciting to see. I love this game. The nostalgia is already flowing just looking at the screen. Just seeing Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. So yeah, please let me know if the sound is rubbish, because I have no idea. Hopefully you can hear everything alright. I know the microphone, I'm being told, is sometimes very quiet, so if it is, I apologise for that. It is on full volume, full sensitivity. There's not much else I can do apart from turn the game sound right down, which I have done. So yeah, let's begin. So in this one, I'm not going to be skipping any dialogue. I was going to turn the dialogue off, like you know, the writing, so you didn't see it, the subtitles, but I don't think there's an option for that. Just because you tend to read it before you've heard it, and then you skip it. That's when you start skipping things, isn't it? So, but anyway, let's begin. New game. No skipping speech. No skipping dialogue. We'll go. And feel free to help me out as well if I get stuck. It's been a long time since I played this game.
Paris. City of love, romance, and dreams. So they say. I used to say it too. But ever since that day, the day of the murder, I have always associated my beloved Paris with death.
This is new. It used to start with George. Now it starts with... close to my heart, this game. I loved this game when I was a kid. I probably haven't played it since I was a kid. So it's nice to get back onto something like this and jump on board the nostalgia train.
I was at home having a bath when my editor called.
Collard, get your ass over to the Palais Royal now. You got an interview. With Pierre Carchon. Yes, the Pierre Carchon. No photos, so leave your gear at home. He asked for you personally. Don't ask me why. Anyhow, this could be big, so if he makes a pass, don't forget. Just smile, say yes, and keep taking notes.
So charming and so very apt. Pierre Carchon was a media king, a national hero, and one of the most infamous adulterers in Europe. He and his wife Imelda were just one step down from royalty. Whoa, I hate mimes, but unless you humor them, they don't go away. Here I was, the palace of the Media King and the Ice Queen. I pressed the doorbell and set in motion a chain of events which would change my life forever.
Yes? What is it?
Madame, my name is Nico Collard. I'm here to see Monsieur Carchon.
Come up, we're on the first floor.
Madame Carchon, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, I'm sure.
The Ice Queen was certainly living up to her reputation. Will you be staying for the interview?
Mademoiselle, I know little of my husband's business affairs, and I care even less. I certainly have no intention of watching him pore over yet another pretty little journalist.
Pretty? You're too kind, madame.
I like the comic frames. That's
The talented and very beautiful Mademoiselle Collard. Such a pleasure to meet you at last.
Monsieur Carchon, I am honored.
Oh, I'm sure you are.
Call me Pierre, please. But I do not flatter you idly. I was a friend of your father. He was a great man.
My father, he never mentioned.
He and I were very close. And then his death. So tragic. I must... Imelda, your damned cat's in my study again. Another Ming vase, I suppose. Excuse me for one moment, my dear girl.
You journalists are getting younger each year.
Perhaps it's the rest of the world getting older, madame. That was no cat. My God, what? Monsieur Carchon! He's dead. I must call the police. You'd better stay here. There was a man. It was the mime. Do you think he...
Well, I believe we can rule out suicide, don't you?
No wonder they called her the Ice Queen. She would have been top of my list of suspects if I hadn't seen the attacker myself. And if I hadn't come across a couple of murders just like this already. One of the most important men in Europe murdered. And here was I, Nico Coulard, alone at the scene of the crime. Should I wait for the cops? Or start my own investigation? It was a no-brainer.
Okay. So, don't worry, I'm not going to stay silent all the time, but I thought it'd be better if when they're talking, when they're speaking, it's just for me just to be quiet and to let you listen to what they're saying. So, instructions. We know, yeah, okay. Left, point, right, yeah. Granny to suck eggs, good. So the briefcase icon to open your inventory, display the objects that you were carrying, good, yeah. Alright, just a few little different things there, didn't quite have this before, so that's alright, we can, good, yeah, brilliant. So we've got our Palais Royal, Pierre Carchon interview. Is that Carchon, who knows? Relaxing in Bath when I was disturbed by a phone call from editor Ronnie. He asked me to interview Pierre Carchon, media tycoon and serial philanderer, on the case like a shot. Creepy mine outside the Carchon's apartment. Cool, Mademoiselle. Okay, so this is obviously our log, our diary, which is cool. Nice little feature. We didn't have that in the OG. And that's nice. Nothing in our inventory yet. And then we've got this little question mark here, yeah, for puzzle hints. But we're not going to use them. Hopefully not, anyway. Hopefully, I'm just going to know what I'm doing. But yeah, I don't recall this bit at all, so this is completely new to me. This scene, this opening scene. When I played it, the opening scene was George Stobart in the cafe. The cafe blows up with the clown or whatever it is. Is it a pixie? I think it's a clown. Pixie comes later on, I believe. And yeah, so let's see. So we'll have a look. Let's have a look at him.
Mimes and guns don't usually go together, but I had an idea that this was no ordinary mime. I'd come across this murderer before and written about him. The costume killer, at least that's what I'd called him.
Okay, is this future?
Okay. It was one of my hair clips. My favourite, in fact. It must have fallen when I was knocked down.
Favourite hair clip?
I closed his eyes. It was the least I could do for the poor fellow.
Yeah, we'll close his eyes. What's
Some people hate searching corpses for clues. Me, I'm okay with it. Reminds me of an old boyfriend. In his pocket, I found a ticket stamped Bateau de la Conciergerie. Taking the ticket meant I tampered with the evidence. There was no going back now. Carchon had been shot.
Really?
Carchon had been shot.
Really?
Carchon had been shot.
Good. Bloody hell. Stating the obvious there.
I opened his eyes.
What?
Best to leave the crime scene as I found
Oh,
it.
close his eyes. That's weird.
I
Close
closed his eyes.
Yeah.
It was the least I could do for the poor fellow.
Hypocrite. Right. Anything on the table. Let's see. Books. Check these books.
The bookcase was filled with obscure first editions.
Yes. Okay.
A bust of Pierre Cauchon, humble servant of La France.
Okay. So there's a door there. There's also this window here. Let's go this way. See what there is.
The police could turn up at any minute. Somewhere there were clues to the murder, and I needed to find them.
Okay. Let's have a look at this.
I reckoned that cloth might just turn out to be useful.
Probably. Ha! What do you know?
Even my fingernail wouldn't fit into such a small hole.
Well, I've maybe got something that will. Aye. To use an inventory item on a background object, click on that item and hold the mouse button.
Aha! Nico, you are just so damn good at this stuff. Instead of comforting Imelda, I was ransacking her flat. Why? Because there was something going on here, and I had to get answers before the cops arrived. And hey, she'd been rude to me, so she had it coming.
And you're in a point-and-click adventure, and that's what you kind of have to do. You got to tamper with shit, haven't you? So.
A magnificent antique table.
It's magnificent. It is magnificent. Look at it.
Imelda had talent, but I certainly wasn't going to tell her that.
Still here.
It was a tube of acrylic paint.
Take it.
French ultramarine. Just the colour I was after for my bathroom.
I'm sorry, I have to go. Someone is...
Young lady, what are you doing? Oh, this paint. It's my favourite colour.
For God's sake, keep the damn stuff.
So, I kind of do. I will talk to her, but I kind of want to see what was out that window. I'm really intrigued by this window now. I just want to see if it does anything. Okay.
A small round piece of glass had been cut out of the pane. This was a professional job. I didn't want to cut myself and leave blood on the glass. Call me old-fashioned, but I like to keep my DNA to myself.
It's a good idea. Can we open the door? We can. Oh, we can go out. Oh.
The killer must have used a ladder to reach the window. He was long gone. Guess he folded that ladder up, popped it in his pocket and took it with him.
She knows everything. Right. Well, you literally can pick up ladders and put them in your pocket on this game. In fact, there's another game. There's some games. Let's go in there. Some games reference George Stobart. There's a cheat. I can't remember what game it is. Maybe you know what game it is.
The door was locked.
The door was locked. Well, yeah, the game. So there's a
The
cheat
door
in this
was
game,
locked.
and it's called George Stobart Pockets, and it's an unlimited inventory basically. And I always liked how he used to put things in his in one pocket and then take them out of the other pocket. Like, that makes sense. Let's talk to this person.
Excuse me, madame.
Yes?
Oh, option. See, this all looks very different when I played it.
I am so sorry for your loss, madame.
No, you're not. You're a journalist. Journalists don't feel sorry.
Not true.
We shall see.
Oh, okay, I get. Yeah, so these are the talking points, and this is. Look at my stuff.
How did your husband know my father?
I have no idea.
You didn't know him? Thierry Collard?
Pierre knew a lot of people I didn't know, most of them women.
Why would a mime want to kill your husband?
Pierre had plenty of enemies. Half the husbands in Paris for a start.
Why did your husband send for me? What did he want to discuss?
I have no idea. His business was his business.
He never told you anything.
No, and frankly I preferred it that way. This is quite a scoop for you. I suppose you're already inventing the headlines.
Just because I am a journalist.
Don't patronise me. You're all cut from the same cloth. Do you have any moral sense at all?
Oh, do I? Do I? No, I don't like her.
I certainly don't let it get in the way of a good story.
I admire your loyalty to your profession.
The police will be here soon, madame. Is there anybody you would like me to contact?
I don't
Family,
know if
friends?
that has any
No.
consequences. Hopefully
I have
not.
no family. Pierre and I were. He was all I had, really. Not much, was it? The dutiful wife. That was my role. He never talked, never let me in.
I know one thing, madame.
What?
If you want to find out who killed your husband, then you let me do the job, not the police.
Why? How do I know I can trust you?
Let's be good this time.
Your husband invited me here today because he needed me. I think he knew somebody wanted to kill him, and he knew I could help.
I doubt it was your database he was after.
You're wrong. I was onto his killers already, I am sure of it. Please, you owe it to him.
I don't know.
All I need is a few more minutes to look around before the police come.
I think perhaps you do have a moral sense. Of sorts. You're not a very good liar, Nico Collard. And perhaps Pierre really did think that you could help. Of course it wouldn't have stopped him seducing you too. Here, take this. It's the key to the drawing room next to the library at the end of the hall. It was Pierre's room. I rarely went in there. I couldn't. I was too scared of what I might find.
Thank you.
Thank you. I promise you won't regret this.
Right then. So we've got a new diary entry. Probably won't read all of these all the time. Right. There you go. There it is. So into that room, we've got the key. And let's go see what's in there. Pierre's room.
Now we were getting somewhere.
Certainly are, Nico Collard. Let's look at the chair. Don't just say it's a chair, though.
This wasn't the time for me to lie on the sofa doing my Marie Antoinette impression, though it is very popular at parties, especially with gay guys. Don't ask me why.
Okay.
As expected, the desk was yet another priceless antique. Yawn. The blotter and in tray had clearly been placed with mathematical precision.
This is a puzzle, right? Yeah. Okay.
I didn't need a sheet of blotting paper. Not while it was blank.
Alright.
My heart skipped a beat. It was a carved elephant. But not just any carved elephant. It had been made by my father. I knew for certain because in my apartment I had its exact twin, carved into a box he had made. So Grandchamp had known my father. They really must have been friends. I decided to take the carved elephant. It clearly meant nothing to Imelda.
Okay.
I didn't want to take the tray, but I knew that I could use it. I didn't need a sheet of blotting paper.
Right, yeah. Sorry, I just skipped the dialogue then. Never mind. That's okay, isn't it? Okay then. So I'm sure that it seems like a puzzle to me. Obviously, there must be more parts to it. So let's have a look around the room, see what we can find. There's another door there. We go outside. We can't go outside. There's a picture to look at. Yeah.
The painting showed the Cachons together, in love. As the poet said, the past is a different country. Or did I read that in a fortune cookie?
Oh, look.
There was the very faintest of clicks.
There's a light switch here now as well.
I didn't need the lights on. It was light enough already.
So that must have switched something over here, has it? Let's see. No?
I didn't need it.
Okay. I am skipping. I'm going to. Any repetitive dialogue, so dialogue we've heard already, I think I'm going to skip. I think that's fair. So this click was the door, I guess.
Locked. Not surprising, really.
Oh. What?
Behind the picture was a safe.
Alright. So I just needed to do most of the picture. Fair enough.
The safe was locked. I needed the key.
Have we got a key? I don't think it's that one.
It was the wrong kind of key.
Maybe we can we'll do that.
The safe's lock
Ah,
was...
no. No. It's this. Okay.
In the safe was some kind of artifact. There were strange symbols on its surface. It looked like the printer's blocks I'd made at art school. If there was one thing I'd learned about symbols, they are always important. But these symbols scratched into stone were impossible to read. I needed to find a way of printing them. At least the stone was round. But what could I use for ink? And what could I print on? Sure, I was stealing, but I knew Imelda didn't know about the artifact, and Cachon was past caring.
Alright then. Okay. So, I've got a few things.
The artifact was like an old printer's block.
So I need to get some ink then. Oh,
I didn't need... The blotter was flat already. Rolling the cylinder across it would achieve nothing.
okay. Idiot.
I'd spread blue paint over the bottom of the tray. It was ruined. I was a very bad girl, but also quite a clever one.
Yeah. Or maybe that on there then? Yes.
I rolled the artifact in the paint until it was completely coated.
Good.
Genius! The roller and the paint worked just as I planned, but what did it say? It was some kind of coded message. It read, "Sub judice." I may not have learned a lot as a journalist, but that was a term I knew well. It means a legal case that is before the courts. Below it was a sequence of letters that made no sense. I suddenly realized there was a connection between the boat ticket and the coded message. The boat ticket was stamped Bateau de la Conciergerie. The conciergerie on the Ile de la Cité, by the river, housed the ancient law courts. So, sub judice could in this case mean literally under the law courts, below the conciergerie. I was pretty sure I'd found all I could here. And besides, all this opulence was making me pine for my regular life of poverty. This was a huge story. It was also one heck of a puzzle with a lot of pieces missing. But I was going to crack it. And if I could just remember the name of that fancy prize you get for being an ace journalist, I was definitely going to win it this time.
Okay, cool. So I guess we're done here, right? It's probably still locked, yeah? Can we use the same key? Maybe we could use the same key.
Locked. Not surprising, really.
Let's try that key.
It didn't work, but I guess it would have been surprising.
I suppose. Sometimes keys work in other doors, right? So, if we're done here, I guess we're leaving. Maybe talk to her, see if she's got anything to say. Well, I could use the phone, give someone a call.
Did you find anything useful?
This carving. Do you know anything about it?
It was Pierre's. What does the statue have to do with...
Please, I need to know.
He was given it by a friend. Something to do with Africa.
He never explained any more.
No. But I think it was important to him. Always on display. Why?
It was carved by my father.
Oh, I see. I didn't know.
Imelda, I will do everything I can to find the killer.
Thank you, my dear.
And if the police ask...
Don't worry. You were never here.
Sub judice was the key. I was going to have to find a way under the conciergerie. I decided to head straight for the quayside on the Ile de la Cité. If there was a way of getting under the conciergerie, it would have to be from there.
Okay then.
Canchon wasn't the type for messing about on the river. He was up to something down here. Something that got him killed.
Right, so...
The fence wouldn't move. This fence wouldn't move either.
I vaguely remember this. Yeah.
The
I
cross
think
looked
I've watched
familiar.
someone do this.
I'd seen it before. It was embroidered on the lace cloth I'd picked up at Carchon's apartment. I knew I was on the right track.
So, I think we can go in there. Let's try it.
I tried pushing the fence, but it wouldn't move. A strange pair of locks stopped the latches from releasing the gate.
Oh, more puzzles, eh? Oh, nice. Oh, man. I'm not good at this stuff. So that seems to be... So let's have a look at our options. So we've got that as a move, and we've got that as a move, which would bring that down, but that wouldn't really do anything. So, we have got that as a move though. So it means we can do that. And bring these down. Bring this down. Bring that across. Move that up. Move this across. And that means we can bring that down now. That's opened that up, which has opened that up. To bring that up, this across, which means this must have to come back down for that to go. Yeah, that go across there. That go. So that to go up. So that's now out of the way. So we need to get this out of the way. It's not out of the way yet. It's got to go down there. We've got it. We can move that back to there. I think this is going to work. That up there. Yeah. That's it.
Yes! One down, one to go.
Alright. Next one. Okay. A couple more options here. So we've got to do that one, which would open that, yeah. But then we've also got that. So what we really need is this out of the way, which I think is going to involve moving that. Because if we do this, that really doesn't open up anything, does it? Not yet. So it's got to be this. And then that opens that across. Then we can move that. I mean, let's move it one because we don't need to. Wow. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, that brings that to there. What? I can move that across. That up. That's that out of the way. Ah, can you still? I see. Stay there. Move that across. Well, no. Yeah, that's what we need to do. Just get that there, that there. No? Ah, I don't know anymore. Oh man, I've messed this right up. No, do that because we need that kind of. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Get that down there like that. That could go there. That's fine. We can move that back. I think we need to move that back. That doesn't need to go there. That can go there. Which then that brings that back up there. Right? No? Oh god. That can go there. How are we going to get that out of the way? We need to get this out of the way, which means we need to get that out of the way as well. So I think if we do this, that's out the way. But oh no, not right. We did get that out of the way though, so that's what we do need to do. Is that probably just needs to go down. Right. We'll put that. Yes, there we go.
Perfect. Nothing like a good convent education for honing your lockpicking skills.
I love that about this game. Like, when have you ever seen a lock like that? They love their puzzles.
For a room full of junk, that was one very sophisticated lock system.
Yeah.
This place was definitely fishy, in more ways than one. Oops. An old shell case. I wondered what that was doing there.
Just pick it up. Yeah, have it.
Moving the skiff would only damage it more.
Yeah. Some things over here. Let's have a look at that.
The words Sinister and Dexter were carved on either side. Now any good convent girl like me knows the old Roman for left, right. But what did it mean here? Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
Yeah, okay. There's gonna be a bit
No
more
handle.
success.
Nothing obvious. But there had to be a way to open it.
Yes. So what is the way to open it? There's got to be some. Maybe I could use some items. Shell case. No. Something goes there though.
The hole was too small even for my little hand.
It's a small hole. This. This is coming in handy.
Mystery solved. Carchon's stone cylinder slotted into the hole with a satisfying click.
Oh.
A satisfying click told me I turned it to the right position. It felt like tumblers in a safe.
Okay. Again.
Another click. Another step closer.
Oh.
I made a mistake. The lock reset.
So it's left.
A satisfying click told me I turned it to the right position.
Yeah, right.
Another click.
Yeah. Left didn't get a response, but it didn't reset. Let's try right.
Oh no!
Right, so okay.
I
was
had to
left.
start again.
That's fine. I don't mind starting again. Left.
A set.
Yeah. Right.
Another click.
Left. And then it must be left again. Right. Again.
Oh no! I had to start again.
Okay, so we had left.
A satisfying click.
Yeah. Right.
Another.
Left again. And another left, wasn't it? Yeah. Left. And then a right. Oh, I've forgotten already. Yeah, and a left.
No handle.
No, that didn't do anything.
A satisfying.
Left. Right.
Another.
Left. Left. Right. Left. Left.
I love the sound of locks clicking open.
Alright then. Let's have a look at this.
Oh my god! The slab came down with a hell of a force.
Okay. Here's yet another puzzle. So if I go and
With nothing to hold it up, the cross dropped back down again. If I was going to get a closer look at the panel, I'd have to find a way of keeping the cross up.
Okay, so I'll put the cross up.
Lifting the cross closed the entrance door and also opened some kind of stone panel. Ingenious.
Can we use a shell casing maybe to pry it open? Oh, that was it just guessed. That was good.
The stone cross was propped up. Now I was getting somewhere.
Yeah, you are.
I touched the slot. Nothing bad happened, which was good. I've always been attached to my fingers. This slot was designed for something specific. But what?
Is it going to be this key, do you think? Let's try that. No, not the key. Elephant? Nah. I don't know. Let's just put everything in there. Shove it in. It's not going to be nice, is it? No. You're locked.
No way would I be able...
So, oh man, what I honestly, so yeah, this part of the game, the director's cut, I've not actually played. I played the original game. This wasn't in the original game. It started off with the George Stobart scenario outside the cafe. So this is all new to me. So we have a little hole here. We've just put the. I'm going to take that casing out. It's really the only thing we've got left to do.
I removed the shell case.
That's yeah. Okay. can we put something else in there? Like... Oh. No, maybe that will hold it open.
This wouldn't hold the cross up. But I was on the right track. I needed to use something sturdier.
So yeah, it looks like it is going to be that, isn't it? Would the elephant do it? Like, is that strong? Huh? Alright, maybe that was just an epic fail. Did I just miss? It's not the elephant. Okay. Oh, there's a... What's this?
Ut lex vel ut next sumito. To the law or unto death submit. I guess these people didn't believe in liberté, égalité, or fraternité. Yes, I'll admit it. I was a swot at school. I also wore lipstick and the nuns never knew.
Put something on the map, maybe, like... Oh. Okay. See, it's weird. I vaguely remember this. I remember. That's not done anything. Oh, it has. It's maybe. It's crushed it a bit. Okay. Yeah, I vaguely remember. I think I've watched this bit. I remember this room. I just don't remember what to do.
The stone slab had flattened one end of the shell case.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the significance of flattening the shell case? Maybe we can put in something else. In. Okay. I'm not sure.
I touched the slot, which was good. I've always been attached to my fingers. This slot was designed for something specific. But what?
Although we are skipping repetitive things up, so that's fine.
I removed the shell case.
Yeah, that's great. But what do we put in there? Let's just go, because I might have skipped some items. Let's just go from the top and...
This wouldn't hold the cross up.
No.
But I was on the right track. I needed to use something sturdier.
Yeah. It's not that. So it's got to be the shell casing, hasn't it? It's flat now. Can we mix?
No. 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 No.
No. Right. So I really don't know what to, maybe if we put something else on the map. That. No. I'm just guessing, man. I've no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. But you can't put that back there anymore.
Rolling out the painted cylinder had given me a print of a secret message. It read, Sub Judice. Below it was a sequence of letters.
I guess that was my clue to the puzzle.
The cloth was embroidered with an unusual symbol. A safe key. It was the beautiful elephant.
Okay. So there's something there.
The panel wouldn't move.
No. just don't understand. I flattened this for a reason. What was the reason? Okay. So that seems to have done something. Will that go in there, do you think? Well, no. No. Put that in there. Oh, come on, you gotta do something.
A round slot precisely carved into the stonework.
Well, I have no idea. I'm completely stuck. What? Am I missing something? I just don't know why I That's confusing me. The fact that I flattened the shell casing. Why?
No way would...
And there's a hole, and I can't put anything in it. I'm going back outside. I must have forgotten. I must need to pick something else up.
I removed the shell case.
Nothing around.
I wasn't leaving yet. I had a hunch there was more to find.
Oh, get here.
I removed the stone cylinder.
Oh, well, I'm annoyed with that. Okay. Just put that back in there. And then we can put, I guess, we put the cylinder in there. Why did we flatten that bullet thing?
The artifact slotted into the hole perfectly. Behind the old walls, I could hear some kind of mechanism groaning into life, but whatever had been triggered had now jammed.
All right. I think I know why we flattened the shell casing now.
The gap was too thin for me to get a grip. I needed something thin enough to prise the door open.
You must have this. Wow. You must be strong to be able to pry a stone door open with a flattened
I removed the shell case. The crust didn't drop back down. Some kind of mechanism was holding it up.
Yeah, that. Okay, so we'll use that on there. Yeah, right.
Another good use for a shell case. Another secret room. Somebody had something to hide. But was it what I was looking for?
I saw something flashing back there.
Wow. Through the darkness, I could see that this was a stateroom. But for what purpose? And how did it tie in with Carchon?
So I'm not. What am I doing here? Like, why am I here? I'm struggling to tell what time, what era this is in. Is this before she meets George? After she meets George? I just don't know.
Amazing. The thing still worked. The room lit up bright as day.
I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. Let's just
I
explore this
wasn't
room.
going to find anything in this old desk. It hadn't been used for years.
Search the drawers, no? Oh.
Inside the drawer, I found a note written in some kind of code.
Cool. You gonna read it? Oh. Yeah, okay. Let's look at something like this. It's a three, so it's going to be the or and, isn't it? It's not going to be and, it's at the start of the sentence. It could be but, the, not, get. Oh. Let's start with that. I'm going to assume that's an A. Could be an I. Oh, where's that symbol? We got that there. It's not a lot of A's though. I think there'd be more. I'm going to say it's an A. I think. Those are the same letter, so it's going to be something like U or E. Free. Let's try that. Let's assume that's an F, right? Oh, I don't know. And that's an R. That's an E. So free. Well, it make no. That can't be. So what? So one letter that. Oh. That's or did I get the A wrong? Maybe it's not. No, because what's this here? I'm confident with this free. I don't know why. I just think it is that. I don't know. Let's refresh. Let's refresh. Okay. Just gotta look. Let's say this is it, because it happens a lot, and it is very frequent, isn't it? So let's assume that this is. I mean, maybe there is a clue. There's clues that I'm missing. It's not it, is it? No, it's not it. Whatever it is, it's got a double letter there. So what would it be? B. 2. It's 2, isn't it? Yes, 2 and 2. Okay. Oh, not G. Sorry. Yeah. Not some. Oh. Okay. Get, got, not, but. It's not ought. It's not got an O in it, is it? So it's got to be that, but that's got to be it. Yeah, that's got to be an N. I. So is it that one? No, it's not that one. That doesn't look right. It's not. Well, there isn't even one of them there. Okay. That's got Yeah. Got to be. So I want to say that's this. I think that's going to be this. So if that's a H, that must be an S. Okay, we're getting somewhere now. That. Let's try that. Yeah, okay. They could to wait, maybe. Which makes that a who. Yeah, okay. So that must be an A, because if we've got an I, so it's not is, or it could be us. It's not as, because we've got an A. So it must be us. No? Yeah. Is there another two-letter word? Us, is, as. I feel it's going to be that. But. Yes, but. So, we'll put that as a... okay. But this is something too urgent. Too urgent. Okay. Pierre? It's gotta be. It's gotta be Pierre. Yeah. Okay. Report to something, but this is too urgent to wait. Arno and so D and something both dead. This is not a what? Okay. Indeed it seems. Yeah. Seems that just sometimes things like it's probably so obvious, but take great care. I can see that's popped out at me. It's there. Take great care. Report to, or that's got to be an R, right? It's got to be. Oh, have we used R already? We've used R already. This could be double F. Follow. See, if something, see what I mean? It can be really obvious, and then you just don't see it. So full report to follow, but this is too urgent to wait. Arno and Yamada. In all of us who came together in July. Is that a kiss? It must be. Okay.
I had decrypted the note. It read, Pierre, full report to follow. But this is too urgent to wait. Arno and Yamada both dead. This is not a coincidence. Indeed, it seems that all of us who came together in July are in danger. Take great care. X.
X. Give me an X. They were Xing in public.
It was pretty clear from the lack of dust that someone had been working very recently at this desk.
Right. More puzzlings, maybe.
The dregs
no?
at the bottom of the
Or
mug
just-
hadn't dried out
just
or
looking.
gone mouldy. It wasn't more than a day old. This was the article I'd written about the costume killer. My suspicions were right.
I love the way
Cauchon
she says
had
that.
cut it out. 2 businessmen had been killed. One in Italy, one in Japan. In each case, the killer had worn a costume. A penguin, and then a snowman. But that wasn't the only link between the 2 murders. Both the victims had been big media do-gooders, and I proved they were just the opposite. So, how did they fit in with Cauchon?
So we looked at the papers.
Oh my God! The sheet was a printout with my personal information. Everything from my favorite food to my waist size. They were right about chocolate, but come on guys, I'm a size 10. There was even a picture of me, taken with a telephoto lens. Cauchon wouldn't have taken these pictures himself. This was big and organized. I was part of it, and people were getting murdered.
I like that there's a massive picture of her just staring at her in the... I know I made the choices, but we read the paper, look at the cup, and then we go, oh my God!
One thing was clear. Someone connected to Cauchon had been watching me.
Yeah. I have. So, I mean, is there anything else here? Something up there?
The flags had faded, but their message was still pretty clear. Fascist regalia, a message of hate.
So I feel like... Let me just see something. I only clicked on the newspaper article once. I don't know if... Oh.
Damn, don't you just hate it when that happens?
So is there something in there? That was a complete mistake. I just clicked it by
A
accident.
photo, long lost, had fallen down the back of the drawer. It was very old, but there was no mistaking the guy in the foreground. Cauchon. Behind him were soldiers, a burning village, and a corpse. The photograph was cropped on the right-hand side. Somebody else in the picture obviously didn't want to be in it anymore. I wasn't surprised. This was Africa in the 60s. An uprising was being brutally suppressed. And here was Mr. Media himself, Cauchon, doing the suppressing. The photograph was not just powerful evidence. It was also my ticket to one explosive story. I had enough for a story, an amazing story that was going to make my reputation and blow Cauchon's to pieces. I needed to get home fast and start typing.
She talks a lot. Okay. Oh, we didn't use the phone. did we, in
Bonsoir,
the other
Collard.
place?
Nico, it's Ronnie.
Hey, Ronnie,
Hey, Ronnie.
you cracked open the champagne yet?
Are you crazy?
What's wrong? Wait a minute. You didn't print it, did you?
Course I didn't print.
That's the best piece I've written.
The last, as far as I'm concerned.
It's important.
It's suicidal. You can't destroy a national hero.
He deserved it.
His corpse isn't even cold.
Ronnie, 2 hours ago I told you what I'd found. You loved it. You begged me to write it up immediately.
2 hours is a long time in newspapers, Nico.
Someone's got to you, haven't they?
Listen up, Nicole, and listen good. Pierre Cauchon had a lot of friends, powerful friends. For your own sake,
Forget what happened.
you got it. End of conversation. Good night.
So this
This
bit's
should have
good,
been
it's
my big
huge.
break, but I knew there
Oh,
was
stop
nowhere else
talking.
to sell the story. If Ronnie wouldn't print it, nobody would.
Bonsoir, Collard.
Mademoiselle Collard, my name is Plantard. I need to talk to you about your story.
I remember
Your
him.
Pierre Cauchon story.
How did you know about that?
There are people out there, madame, who will be very
Plantard.
upset by this story.
Oh, really? Well, it's their lucky day. It's been spiked.
Yes, I know. We must meet.
We must?
I have information relating to your costume killer stories. Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., Café de la Chandelle Verte, Rue Alain Court. I shall be wearing a grey overcoat. You must talk to no one about this.
You can't tell me what to...
Tomorrow at 8. I'll be waiting.
Okay.
People complain about newspaper articles all the time, but not
Okay,
usually before
yeah.
they're printed. I was beginning to feel scared. This guy, Plantard, could I trust him? Should I meet him or forget the whole business? I didn't have an answer.
So obviously this is the setup. I get it now. So I was confused at first where we were in time in this scenario here, and I guess this is the setup.
I'd
So
only been in
Nico
Paris
is
for a
gonna
week,
meet this guy.
but already I'd fallen in love with the city.
Here.
My latest
See what
discovery
happens
was a little cafe, La Chandelle Verte. I was pretty sure the waitress was taking a shine to me. That old Stobart charm, I guess. Little did I know my reverie was about to be so rudely interrupted.
Now this is where the nostalgia comes in. This is the thing. This is the game I remember. Although the cutscenes are slightly different, but yeah, this is it. This is Broken Sword. I enjoyed that bit at the beginning with Nico. That was good.
As I picked myself up, I was really angry. 1 minute I'm on vacation, the next minute some clown's blown me up. I knew right away what I was going to do. I was going to find that clown and bring him to justice. Because justice matters. Justice is up there with liberty, and equality, and, fraternity. After all, that's why I'd studied law, wasn't it? Well, that and money, of course.
Alright. So he just has a scrap of paper instead of a little proper journal. Alright then. So we'll pick up this newspaper. So I now know what I'm doing. Well, I say I know what I'm doing. I remember I remember some bits. Most bits, I think. We'll see. So we got... Yeah.
I noticed the writing at the foot of the page. It read, Salah Eddin, 1345.
Okay. I did read that. Oh no, sorry. I pressed escape. I don't want to press escape. I want to...
The column was devoted exclusively to rumor,
Read the paper.
gossip, and sensationalism. The big story was about the brutal murder of a French media magnate, shot down in cold blood. The guy oozed confidence, like a regular French statesman.
How do we get out of this? Or do I have to read everything?
The leading article referred to the visit of a Nobel Prize winner from some unpronounceable Eastern European state. The leading article The column was devoted exclusively to rumor, gossip, and sensationalism.
I want to stop reading the paper. Oh, there. Well, I remember him. We'll go and talk to him in a little bit. First, we need to go in here.
The sight of the dead guy's staring eyes turned my knees to jelly. I tried not to meet his stare as I searched the dead man's pockets. No wallet, no papers, no credit cards. The guy's past was a blank page.
Sorry, I don't really need to look at that.
I'd hoped the fact that the mirror was already broken meant I'd escaped the bad luck.
So that was a new little bit. I don't remember doing that. Let's talk to this woman. She's going to ask me for this drink, and I'm going to give her it.
Oh, my head. Never again. How much vodka did I drink? Oh, no, don't tell me. What is your name, Sherry?
George Stobart, ma'am. You look like you could use a little help.
I could use a little drink. I feel sick, dizzy, and bruised. I don't even remember the party.
Just relax and take it easy. You've been knocked out.
You don't say. What happened?
There's been an explosion. You should try not to move.
Are you a doctor?
No, I'm not a doctor.
No, but I used to play hospitals when I was a kid. Can you remember anything at all?
No. I need a drink. Pour me a brandy.
Sure.
Is that straight or with ice?
Just give me the bottle with a teat on it.
I guess a little drop won't hurt.
That's better.
She knocked back the brandy as if it was water. I was glad I wasn't picking up the check.
She gone?
Hey, wake up! She didn't respond. If I wanted another cappuccino, I'd have to serve myself.
So, yeah. So what's going to happen? Let's go up here, and then we're going to get a little event. I think, if I remember rightly. Officer Moo, is he called?
Freeze! Hold it, right there.
Whoa, don't shoot. I'm innocent. I'm an American.
Can't make up your mind, huh?
I demand to see the American consul.
Drop your weapons and get down on the ground.
Put that thing away, Sergeant Moo. I apologize, monsieur, but I cannot permit you to leave.
Am I under arrest?
Ah, no, I would simply like to ask you some questions. En avant, to the café, marche. What a mess. This bombing is an outrage, is it not?
Stop that, monsieur.
Has it occurred to you that he may be dead, Moo?
Oui, monsieur. But I prefer to look on the bright side. Besides, I recall a case where the killer escaped by feigning death. However, in this case, the man is quite dead.
Examine the girl and take her statement, if you can. Et maintenant, to business. Your name, please?
George Stobart. I'm from California.
And what brings you to Paris, Monsieur Stobart?
Travel. I'm touring Europe.
You chose well. The city is most beautiful at this time of year, no?
Yeah, I guess so, apart from the bomb blasts.
Were you in the vicinity of the cafe at the time of the explosion?
Yeah, I was sitting out on the sidewalk. I was lucky I wasn't killed. The inspector passed over my remark with no reaction.
Did you see the deceased enter the cafe?
Yes.
Yes, I did.
Was he alone?
Yeah.
And did he say anything to you?
No, he was more interested in the waitress.
Did you see anyone else in the cafe?
Clown?
Yeah, there was a guy dressed as a clown. He was carrying an accordion.
An accordion? Bon. The picture is forming in my mind, and it is not a pretty one. Is the girl all right, Moo?
She'll live if she survives the hangover. She doesn't remember seeing a clown, monsieur.
That's odd, don't you think, monsieur? Who am I to believe, I wonder? Eh bien, I have heard enough.
What do you mean?
I am satisfied that you know nothing. You may leave. I hope this little incident does not spoil the rest of your vacation.
What about my personal safety? Can't you at least give me some advice?
What can I say? Stay alert and look out for suspicious characters.
And don't cross the road until the little man shows green.
Great advice.
I honestly believe you are in no danger, monsieur. Should you remember anything of importance, please contact me. My card.
Thanks.
That is all. You may go.
There's not much to go on, monsieur.
On the surface, no. But what lurks inside the subconscious? If the door can only be opened.
Are you serious, monsieur? I thought your interest in psychic detection was purely academic.
There she is.
Excuse me, mademoiselle? Hi. My name's George Stobart.
Oh, an American by the sound of it.
Yep, that's right. On vacation in Paris. Some vacation, huh?
You were here when the bomb went off?
Sure was. Sat right out in front of the cafe.
Did you notice a middle-aged man, maybe 60, with a hat and overcoat?
I couldn't believe it. She hadn't even asked how I was feeling. Yeah, he went inside just before the bomb exploded. You weren't related to him, were you?
Oh, no, nothing like that. I'm Nicole Collard from La Liberté.
What is that, some kind of nightclub?
Oh, no, it's a newspaper.
You're a reporter?
I'm a freelance photojournalist.
Say, you could interview me about the bombing. An eyewitness account, minutes after the outrage that shook the whole of Paris. You know, real-life drama, human interest, that kind of stuff.
I'll just stick to the facts, thank you. Did you see who planted the bomb?
I know it sounds crazy, but he was dressed like a clown.
A clown? It's him again.
Have you met the clown before?
It's a long story.
I have plenty of time.
I don't.
Do you know a police officer called Rosso?
Rosso? Our paths have a knack of crossing. If I didn't know better, I'd say it was deliberate. Have you seen Rosso? Is he here?
He's inside, attempting to question a witness with his psychic powers.
That guy is weird.
Yeah. Who was the guy you were supposed to meet?
His name was Plantard. I didn't know him, but he called me last night. He said he had a story which would interest me. He asked me to meet him at the cafe. I guess I'll never know what he wanted to tell me.
Well, not unless you have Rosso's gift for psychic interrogation. Why won't you tell me about the clown?
Why do you want to get involved?
Because he almost killed me. Isn't that reason enough?
I guess so. Listen, I'll give you my phone number. You help me with my story, and I'll let you in on what I know. And let's get one thing straight right now. This is strictly business.
Okay, it's a deal.
I have to go develop these pictures. À bientôt, monsieur.
Fine. I'll see you soon.
So we're going to talk to this guy over here now. And what we want to do is get this. We want what's in here, which is the, what's it called? For the manhole cover. Wrench or something. So we're going to talk to this guy. And we're going to try and get him out of the way.
Hey, you!
I thought you'd been arrested.
No, it was a misunderstanding.
When he pulled that gun, I thought that was it. Those automatics pack quite a punch, you know?
He made a mistake. He thought I was a terrorist.
You? A terrorist? Ha!
He was only doing his duty, I guess. Did you see a clown come by this way?
A clown? Like in a circus?
Yeah, with makeup and a big red nose.
Oh, those guys are funny, aren't they?
Not in my experience.
I love the circus, especially the horses.
You haven't answered my question. Have you seen a clown?
You think I've got time to watch everyone who passes by? Some of us have to work for a living.
Did you see an old guy with a briefcase?
Wait, silly old coot. Do you know what he said to me? Work fascinates me, he says. I could watch it all day. Quelle bite. I could have knocked his block off.
Look, I know you're busy, but surely you'd have noticed a clown.
I told you already. I didn't see a thing.
He was wearing multicolored baggy trousers and makeup.
He'd be a poor sort of clown if he didn't.
Listen, I have to find that clown. He's a killer.
Say, who are you anyhow? A cop?
No,
yeah.
Of course not. I mean, do I look like a cop?
No, but you act like one, sticking your nose in where it's not wanted. How do you know this guy's a killer? Did you see him in action?
Didn't you hear the explosion? The cafe was blown up.
I wondered what that bang was. Any bodies?
Yeah, an old man was killed.
Merde. I didn't think it was that serious. What about the waitress?
Oh, she's fine.
Thank the saints.
Did you recognize the old man?
No. Should I have done? Was he a celebrity?
No, but I guess he is now.
Was he the one who died in the cafe?
Yeah.
That's too bad. Now I wish I hadn't called him what I did. If only I could turn back the clock.
If only I'd been more tolerant.
Regret and remorse are strange emotions. They really bring out the hammiest actors in people.
So you can show him this.
Take a look at this.
You told me you weren't a cop.
Don't shout about it. I'm working undercover.
Who are you looking for?
That's confidential.
So you remember the newspaper we picked up, and it had a tip-off for the horse?
Would you like to read my newspaper?
I haven't got time to read that. Can't you see I'm busy?
You could read it on your lunch break.
10 minutes is all I get. And if my boss had his way, I wouldn't get that. He'd have me on a drip, so I didn't have to stop to eat.
Oh, take the newspaper and quit complaining.
Pah! Look at this. Damn bleeding heart liberals. Tcha! Save the dolphins. Catch them and eat them, I say. All that fuss over a bunch of fish. Nah, that's more like it. Look at the size of those. Like champagne bottle corks, no? Ah, what's this? Saladin running in the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe.
It's a racehorse?
A horse? A legend. Bucephalus reborn, mon ami. Like a streak of lightning she is. Do me a favor, won't you? Keep an eye on my hole. I'm off to put some money on that nag.
What about your toolbox?
Stuff it. Help yourself.
I will help myself.
I found a T-shaped tool in the box. I didn't know what it was, but it looked useful.
I know what it's for. So if we go down here, and there's a place we haven't been yet, which is down this alleyway here. And
The clown had fled into this alley, but there was no sign of him now. I was intrigued by Nico and what she could tell me about the explosion.
so yeah, what we can do, we can get the this and on there.
I lifted the cover to reveal what smelt like the entrance to a sewer.
And there we go. So yeah, there was lots of other things to look at there and things like that. They don't do anything. The cat jumps out of that, and that's about it. So we'll just explore down here.
As I picked up the plastic ball, I realized it was intended to be worn. It was the clown's red nose.
Dun, dun, dun.
I scooped up the sodden tissue. It was cold and greasy, like breakfast leftovers. I took hold of the scrap of material and unsnagged it from the spike.
Hi there.
Hold it right there, you sewer rat. I knew you'd come back, and now I've got you.
What are you talking about?
You're trespassing. Come out of there, immediately.
That's what I'm trying to do. Give me your hand.
Ha! You won't catch me with tricks like that. Keep your distance, monsieur.
Okay, okay.
Now, what were you looking for?
A clown.
I was looking for a clown.
Huh, ridiculous. Do you really expect me to believe that?
Yeah.
He planted a bomb in the cafe and blew it up.
What? The cafe? Blown up? Mon Dieu! That is awful.
How
And
did
you
not
say
hear it?
the person responsible was dressed as a clown?
That's right. He blew up the cafe, escaped into the sewer, changed his clothes, and came up here.
Ah, mon Dieu! Then, the man I chased, do you think that man and the clown are one and the same?
Well, yes, it had crossed my mind.
Ah, that still does not explain what you are doing down the sewer. For all I know, you are in league with him.
Oh no, I'm just a tourist.
Most tourists are content
Not
with
the
the
brightest
Eiffel Tower,
of,
the Louvre,
uh,
or
people,
the
is it?
Pigalle. I didn't realize my waste pipes were such an attraction.
Right then, let's chat.
Tell me about the man you apprehended.
What is there to tell? He was a typical criminal type, just like you.
Do you know the waitress at the cafe?
Oh, she isn't hurt, is she?
No, she's fine.
Oh, thank heavens. A poor girl like her isn't safe with the likes of you roaming the streets.
Can't you understand? I'm not a gangster. I'm an American tourist.
Ah, that's what you say.
Does the name Plantar mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't. Who is he?
The man who was killed in the cafe. I'm gonna find the guy responsible. I'll find him. Even if it means following him down every sewer in every city in Europe.
Bravo! Ah, you need some sensible boots. You won't get far in those stupid sneakers.
Was the guy you saw carrying a briefcase?
I didn't notice. Now are you going to leave? Or do I have to call the police?
This is what I used to open the manhole cover.
Just as I thought.
Let's
You
show him
are
my
up
things.
to no good
Have you seen
down
what's in
those
my pocket?
sewers, weren't you?
One slip and I would have been up to my neck. Perhaps you'd like to take a look at my card?
Mm-hmm. What is this? Inspector Augustin Rousseau? What does that say? Hominoid Division?
A homicide. I think the ink's smudged.
Mm-hmm. Then you are not a tourist.
Okay, I'm not. I lied to you. And I'm sorry.
Don't apologize, monsieur. You know, I had a feeling there was something different about you. It is your posture, your poise. Oh, yes. There is no mistaking the bearing of a disciplined man. And I should know. I was in the army, you know. When I was your age, I was fighting for my life in the African desert. How can I help you, Inspector?
Oh, I should have done that first.
Tell me about the man you apprehended.
He was a mean one, monsieur. He grabbed me in an arm lock. His face suddenly next to mine. His grip was like iron. But he did not know what he was up against. Oh no! He made a big mistake when he took on one of the desert hyenas.
Yes, I get the picture. Do you know the waitress at the cafe?
You can't suspect her, surely.
Just answer the question, please.
Yes, I know her. Quite well, you could say. She came to work at the cafe 6, 7 months ago. I look forward all week to the relief she gives me when she visits.
Really? So you'd miss her if she wasn't there?
Oh, mais oui! Who else would I find to cut my toenails?
Nice.
Does the name Plantar mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
Was the guy you saw carrying a briefcase?
Why, yes, he was. Clutched in his arms like a baby.
That belonged to his victim.
Oh, what do you think was in it? Drugs? Stolen jewels?
I don't know. But the killer thought it was worth a man's life.
Nothing is worth that, monsieur.
Take a look at this false nose.
Aha! That looks like a clown's nose to me.
Precisely. He must have dropped it in his panic.
Unless he wanted you to find it.
Why would he want to do that?
To put you off the scent.
What does this tissue mean to you?
Nothing, monsieur. It's disgusting. What on earth possessed you to show it to me? Someone has emptied their nostrils into it.
Does this piece of material mean anything to you?
Ah, that is the same cloth as the jacket I found. I'd recognize that pattern anywhere.
Now, about the jacket you found. Do you have it here?
No, monsieur. One of the sleeves was badly torn, so I sent it for repair. A pity, because otherwise it was a fine piece of quality tailoring. It had the tailor's name inside on the label.
Where did you send the jacket?
I gave it to an itinerant Romani seamstress.
Just my luck. Was there anything in the jacket pockets?
Not a sou. You know what I think?
Do tell me.
He changed out of the clown suit and cunningly disguised himself as an ordinary person.
What would I do without him?
Looks like I'm up against a mastermind. What was the name on the label?
Ah, it was a foreign name. Todrick, I think.
Did you get the address?
There wasn't one, monsieur. Only a telephone number.
Well, I don't expect you to remember a phone number you've only seen once.
74 98 08 59.
You're kidding. That's his phone number?
Yes, that's it. A little trick with numbers that I learned in the desert. I was taught the technique by a Tuareg shaman.
That's incredible.
It comes in handy at the supermarket checkout. Do I get a reward?
Honesty, monsieur, is its own reward.
Then I'm glad I do not rely on honesty to pay the bills.
Is that it? Yeah. Cool.
I have to be going. Thanks to your help, the citizens of Paris can sleep a little easier tonight.
Vraiment? I was only doing my duty, monsieur. Good luck, Inspector. I hope you catch that killer soon.
All right, then.
So the clown had escaped into the sewer, come up into the courtyard, and then slipped back into the street here. It wasn't much, but it was more than the cops had got.
I think there's not for right.
The nose was hollow. Printed on the inside were the words La Risée du Monde, Paris. It was a bright red plastic nose, part of a clown's costume. It was the soggy tissue I'd found in the sewers. It was the scrap of material I'd found in the sewer.
Let's use the phone. I think, yeah, because we can to get Todrick on there.
Hello? Who is this? Hi. My name's George Stobart. You don't know me.
Correct, Mr. Stobart. I don't. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm trying to trace one of your customers. Could I maybe come over and talk to you?
No. No, that's not possible.
Oh, okay. Forget it. Listen, all I want is a name.
What are you talking about? Who are you working for?
I guess you might say I'm acting in the interests of truth and justice.
Ah, thank God. I thought you were the police.
There are innocent lives at stake, Mr. Todrick. Lives that you could save.
You're collecting for charity, yes?
No, I'm not. All I want from you is information.
Go on. I'm listening.
What do you know about the clown who bombed the Café de la Chandelle Verte?
I don't have no idea what you're talking about.
You're cool, Todrick. But I think you know more than you're saying.
I don't know who you be, but sure I am you don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Quit playing games with me, Todrick.
I tell you, I know nothing about no clown.
Do you know a guy called Plantar?
No, I never heard of him.
Shall I tell you what happened to Plantar? How he was killed in cold blood?
I told you, I never heard of Plantar.
I expect Plantar's a family man, don't you? In their little apartment, Madame Plantar is cooking the supper, listening for the familiar sound of her husband's key in the door. Junior is waiting for his daddy to come home from work. He can't wait to show him the merit marks he earned in school today. Only tonight,
Monsieur Plantar won't be coming home. You forgot the puppy.
Huh?
The faithful puppy dog, waiting for the sound of his master's voice.
Well, maybe they don't have a dog. What do you think?
I don't know, Plantar. I never heard of Plantar. None of this has anything to do with me.
Thanks for nothing, Todrick.
So I always felt in that bit that George was just really mean to Todrick. Like, Todrick didn't really do anything wrong, he just answered the phone and was like, what do you want? And then George, without really doing it, just straight on the aggressive. I always felt that bit George was a little bit unreasonable with Todrick. I think if he was nicer, he might have got the information he wanted. But anyway, let's see what's over here. Cool, so we've got 2 locations we can go to. That or the police station. We can also... Let's go to the police station.
Excuse me.
Not so fast. I'd like your personal details, please.
Huh? What for?
In the event of an accident, it would help us to know where to send the body.
Look, is this really necessary? I came in here to talk to Rosso.
Why did you not say? He's not here.
But...
Do you wish to leave a message for him? I have a choice of blue or black pen. I'd recommend the blue for a less formal communication.
I'd prefer to talk to him in person.
As you wish, monsieur.
Is Sergeant Moo available?
What? You want to speak to him?
Yes, please.
I cannot recall the last time someone asked to speak to Moo. No one ever speaks to him. Not even his kids. Eh bien. He's not here, monsieur. He is with Inspector Rosso, like Laurel and Keaton. No, monsieur?
Hardy. Oliver Norville Hardy. I found this scrap of material in the sewer.
Vraiment?
It was probably torn from the clothes of a psychotic killer.
Even if you were Sherlock Holmes, I would have trouble believing you.
Holmes. Sherlock Holmes. That's good.
Thanks for your help, officer.
I don't think we really need... You don't need to speak too much about that, officer. Can we look at that? Is that going to give us any information?
It was just some police paperwork, a search warrant.
So let's ring Nico. She should invite us round now. We've got a lot of information.
Hello, Nico Coulard.
Hello? It's George.
Ah, oui.
You said to call if I could help.
Have you any news for me?
You bet. I met a witness who spoke to the clown. And I know where the killer gets his suits.
No kidding. Hey, I'm impressed.
You are? Well, it wasn't easy.
Look, why don't you come here to my apartment later this afternoon?
Fine. Where do you live?
361 Rue Jarry.
Okay, I'll come over.
I was used to working alone, but I had to admit it felt good with George on the case too. But there were some things I was going to have to do alone, and fast. I needed the answers to some questions. Who was the costume killer? And why did he murder Carchon? Why did Carchon ask for me to interview him? How did he know my father? And why was my editor so scared? There was some kind of secret war going on out there, but who was on which side? One thing I did know. I wasn't going to get the answers sitting at my desk.
Okay. So again, we have reached a part that I'm not familiar with. In the original game, you didn't play as Nico. These bits just weren't there. You were all George. So it's nice. It's nice to see a different point of view.
The box was carved by my father. It never had a key. The elephant on the lid was a perfect match to Carchon's.
Yeah. No. No. Not that. No. Is this the key? No. I know there must be a way. I've seen. I actually watched. It wasn't that long ago. A live stream of someone doing Broken Sword, and they were on this bit doing opening this box. So I know you can open it. I just don't know what with. Maybe it's something you can do later on. It could be something we do later on. So yeah, we'll go and talk to this lady.
It was my neighbor, this so-called psychic.
Right. I think you talked with George. I think that's what we do. So we're going to this place here. Oh, we're back here. Okay.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Bonjour, mademoiselle.
Can I ask what you're doing?
I am guarding the scene of a terrible and heinous crime.
Yeah, this statue. Tell me about it.
Au contraire, mademoiselle. This statue is a pure and visionary statement, a comment upon man's self-imposed isolation within a debased societal framework.
Not a crime, then?
The only crime you will find here is the murder of the great Monsieur Cachon.
No. How dramatic.
I know. Here in this very building, no less. It is top secret, but according to Cachon's wife, the killer was dressed as a mime. Police believe there was an accomplice, a young female journalist. Even as we speak, she is being hotly pursued up and down the land. No stone is being left unturned.
Good place to look for a journalist, officer.
We police are no fools.
Evidently. You must be quite an aficionado of modern art.
Au contraire, I adore it. In fact, I dabble myself.
Oh, really? I used to dabble myself, but I managed to quit in the end. How was Monsieur Cachon killed?
He was shot in cold blood with a gun.
Why was he dressed as a mime?
I have my own theory. Either he was mad, or he was a real mime, trying to throw us all off the scent by cunningly not wearing a disguise.
How long have you been in the police force?
All my life, mademoiselle.
It shows.
Thank you.
Why would a mime kill Monsieur Cachon?
He was a hired killer, I expect. Everybody knows mimes don't leave prints. Please do not finger the wires. They are high-tension, titanium-coated wires, especially imported from Birmingham, in England.
This guy was either into art or wire, or both.
If they were to become freed, this superb piece of kinetic engineering would topple and fall. At the same time, the force of the recoil would take your eye out.
Thanks for the advice. Where are we going then? I think we'll go here. So weird. I've honestly not seen this bit before. This is interesting.
Hello, could I ask you some questions?
That depends. Are you a cop?
No, I'm a journalist.
Bit late, aren't you? They already took away the body.
I'm doing a follow-up on this story. Tell me, are you related to the workman I saw digging the hole?
Don't talk to me about flobage. Pah!
Okay.
He just won a fortune on the horses and he won't give me a cent.
Well, it's his money.
When he was broke, he was happy to touch me for a loan. Brothers should look after each other, he used to say. He's changed his tune, now he's brassed up.
You're doing a fine job.
Damn right I am. You should be writing about me, not that idiot that got blown up.
The heroes who pick up the pieces when disaster strikes.
Exactly.
Well, give me your best smile and maybe I'll put your picture in the article.
Oh, right. Just give me a minute to do my hair.
The police had removed the body, but nothing else looked disturbed. A panel had been blown away, revealing a gap. From this angle, I could see that something had been lodged in the gap behind the pipes.
Okay then. Where are these pipes? Okay, that's interesting. So,
Behind the table were some damaged pipes. Voila! The police and forensic teams had missed a vital piece of evidence. Some kind of pouch. On the pouch was the cross symbol of Carchon's organization. I was on the right track.
okay.
On the pouch was the cross. Inside the pouch were two items.
There we go.
A strange metallic artifact and a letter in some kind of code. The artifact had a sword laid across scales, the scales of justice. I wondered if this connected to the room at the quayside. Another coded message using the same cipher system. So, Plantard was involved with Carchon.
Right, here we go. Another one of these. Where do we start? So we just maybe start with a bit of a guess. I'm going to guess that that's A. Where is it? Am I gone blind? I can't see it. No, it's an abbreviation. What? It must be an S. It's got an apostrophe. Right? Okay then. Let's think. Think. Man, right. If we just look and just maybe do some guesses. I can't remember anything from the other letter either, so let's just... I'm going to say this must be an S because there's an apostrophe there, so I'm going to start with that. Let's start with that. Well, so we've got as or us. Oh, we could just guess, say, us. Don't know. Sun. No, we can't. I don't think it's sun. No, can't be. On? Sun? Sun is in... Oh, on is like... Man. Is on sun. I don't know. No. I don't think that is. Let's just have some guesses. So these are the two of the same word. Oh, must. Let's try must. It's making sense. Think? I don't know. Could be me. That's got to be me, right? So that opens things up a bit. No. Is it me? Came, come. Who knows? Ah, this is not son. It is she. Could be she. Let's try that. Ah, she and he. Yeah, that does make sense. So, yeah. Ooh. Must have. It's got to be. Have. Must have. Oh, that's Yamada, isn't it? I remember that. From the other one. I feel this one's harder. Feels harder. Yamada. That's got to be and. Great. And Yamada. He. Must be. That's got to be. Must be. I could be must be vigilant makes sense, does it? Must be vigilant. I think it's it does make sense. Vig. I think it's with a G. I believe. And then that's an L. Oh, cool. We're getting somewhere. He will. That must be now. Oh, we're getting somewhere now. This is good. Pierre. Yes. The other one. So. Oh, that's good. That's good. Plantard. Pierre killed. Murderer must have followed trail from Arno and Yamada. He will come.
Plantard. Pierre killed. Murderer must have followed trail from Arno and Yamada. He will come for us now. We must be vigilant. Thierry's girl broke into Pierre's safe. She worries me. Imelda. So much for Imelda's innocence. Plantard was working for her, and for Canchon. But why did Plantard want to meet? Was it a trap? Or maybe he was in too deep and needed me to tell the story, whatever the story was. One thing was clear. It was a story worth killing for.
Okay. So I think that is... We've got everything. Okay, I don't feel like that's it. Let's go outside.
Hey! What about my photos?
Oh, of course. How could I forget?
Well, I'm waiting. Get your camera out.
Camera. Oh, I forgot. It broke.
Alors, they should never send a woman to do a man's job.
Well, this woman had fooled him easily enough. And found the evidence the police had missed. The strange metal artifact I found in Plantard's pouch had pointed back to the quayside.
Yeah. Oh, I like these little bits. I feel like I'm playing a new game. We've got the nostalgia of the George Stobart bits, and then we've got these like new bits, which is like DVD extras, aren't they? Oh, do we have to do that again? Do we? the shell casing goes in there. And then that. Some things here. Awesome. Were these here before? I don't think they were they?
A door like that always has something important behind it. I had to find a way to unlock it.
Probably with this.
Plantard's key fitted the lock, so he must have used this place too. A photograph had been torn up.
Okay, is this the other half of the...
If I could just arrange the pieces...
You just love this kind of stuff. Who does this? Just recreationally. Oh, Christ, let's... yeah, start with the corners, I guess. That'll go there, I suppose. Looks like it goes there, and then that was go there like that. No, it does not. Not like that. I think seems to make sense. That looks like it might know. This one, no. There. Yep. Yeah, it's only half a photograph, isn't it? So it has to be that. No? Well, it's overlapping. That's weird. Well, that goes there. We know that, and that goes there. So pockets. Must be something like that. There you are. You are underneath the thing. So that goes there. That goes there. That goes there. And not yet. So we want that. I believe there. That goes at the top. What's this? Done yet. So that goes. There we go. Yeah. And then his top. His head.
Oh my god. It can't be. There was no doubt about it. It was a picture of my father.
Oh.
Papa, oh God. After what I'd gone through, I thought I could face anything, but not this. My father, the one person in the whole world who I truly admired, standing with Cachon while those murderers carried on with their evil work. My father, grinning at the camera. I couldn't believe it. I realized that I desperately needed to get to the bottom of this story, and that I really needed George.
Alright then. So I think I'm probably going to end it here. I did say I was doing a 2-hour stream on Broken Sword. We've run for 2 hours and 2 minutes. In 3 minutes. So yeah, I feel like we've done good. So we're here with George Stobart. We've done all of the other bits. We found out quite a lot. Another cafe exploded, but then before that we saw the dude get shot with Nico, and then we did a bit of that with Nico, which I found really good. I really enjoyed playing these new bits. They're new to me, as well as the nostalgic bits, so that was something quite interesting. So we're going to leave it here. We'll come back to this next week, next Sunday, and we'll carry on with the story from there. So until next time, thanks for joining me, and goodbye.